Welcome
to the Big Picture episode
number 30.
30, man. That's a lot.
Yeah.
All right.
And in the big picture, this is where we help you see
think,
and act big. Okay, so today we also have our import host, Chappy from
Yes,
Bookswap.
consecutive import.
Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
Okay, so today we have a very interesting guest. In the big picture, we always talk about career, we always talk about business, how do you optimize work. But today we want to go in a different route. We're actually going to talk about how to stop working for a year.
Wow. Have you done that?
Have you done that? Anybody have done that?
You should comment to it.
Yeah, so if you've done that, message
I
us.
haven't done that.
I haven't done that. I wish I did it when I didn't have kids yet. So today, our guest for today is stop working for a year. And the interesting part about this is that anybody can stop working for a year. Anybody, you just give your resignation letter.
Yeah.
But then the problem is what type of lifestyle you're gonna have. But for our guest for today, she has a different flow. Is very well. I'm not gonna.
Let's not spoil everyone,
Spoil
but yeah.
All right.
But she did it, and she's successful about it. Right? So
First question.
No, let's welcome
Let
first.
me just welcome. Let's welcome. We're so excited. Let's welcome Jeza Montemor. Hi, Jeza.
Where's
Hi,
our
guys.
audience? Wala na.
Thanks for having me. Thank you. Hi.
Okay, so hit with our first question. Attorney Chappy.
So Joe and Dave were telling the viewers for the show that you actually stopped working. First question off the bat that came to my mind, were you not scared?
I was adamant at first, very adamant, yeah. And I was scared. I even had panic attacks after a day or two after the effective date of my resignation. Like, did I make the right decision, or what was I thinking? Am I crazy? Those type of questions. But I got over it after.
What was your work before you stopped?
I was in a BPO industry. I'm not really. I'm confused with my last post because I started as an agent for that company, and then I worked my way up from a subject matter expert to trainer, and then I became a TL.
Okay. So how long have you? This is the question you're gonna ask. How long have you worked in a corporate setting?
Almost a decade now.
Right, my next question is, why did you take on a sabbatical leave?
Yes, that's the question of the night.
Well, at first, I worked for that last company for 4 years, and it came to a point where I keep asking myself that why am I still here? And at first, it was just a typical questions wherein like you work there for quite a while, and then started out thinking, am I still growing? Like, where is this heading? And at first, it was just really petty. Like, I don't like my coworkers. I think I should look for other company. I don't like my boss, and I think my boss is unfair and stuff like that. And I think this is not my job. Why am I working for this? And those type of questions. But I worked my way through it. And it just came to a point where my health was already in the line.
So you're basically stressed.
Yes, very stressed.
Was there a specific health concern? Or was there a condition?
Yeah, there was. And the doctor that I last spoke with about it is that I work in the BPO industry where we work at night, right?
Yeah.
And he told me that, well, see, you started your this kind of lifestyle wherein you literally shift your life, where you wake up in the evening and sleep in the morning. So you will not get the effect after a year or two when you made the switch. You will encounter health issues, like all the issues that you're.
Is it like an
encountering.
adjustment with your body, or is it like a degradation for all the years?
Will we never adjust?
Yeah, the doctor said that there's always going to be an effect. Like, for 20 years, for the last 20 years of my life, I was sleeping at night, and then I was active in morning, afternoon,
Right.
and then I totally shifted, like,
Turn it upside down.
yeah,
And then, like,
in 180 degrees, complete, and just like that, not even in a gradual kind of shift,
It
like
was like
like a quick, very quick change. So we will not see the effect for that at a year or two, but it will definitely have an effect on your body.
is it just you, or like did you see this with people that you work with?
I see this with people that I work with, and
Is it the
may
effect? Is it the
be,
same, or it's like it varies from person to person?
yeah, it varies from person to person. Like, I'm having my physical issues, some other are having emotional issues,
Yeah.
like mental issues and
Really?
stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really different working in this industry. I really need to have,
Okay,
like,
so my question is, so because is it like is that the main like drive? Like I should make a switch, or is there are there other things in consideration?
well, it was the main thing, the main concern at that time for me was my health. And then second, it's just that I wasn't growing at that company anymore. And the plan was I need to get fit again, I need to be healthy, and then I'll figure out once I can really say to myself that I'm good to go, I'm healthy again, and I can do work, and I'll figure it out what would be the next step after that. But the main goal when I resigned, when I decided to quit, was to really uh, be healthy again.
From the point that you were feeling all these issues, concerns, to the point that you actually made a decision, how long was that? Was A to B?
Yeah, it was a while, like a year and a half,
A year and a half.
because
So for 18 months, you were battling all these things.
Mhm.
Did you have a support group, people that you can talk to, just to lighten up the load?
Yeah, I have my boyfriend, of course, and also my friends at work was also having the same issues there, and we don't have it the same way, like exactly. We don't have the same exact sentiments, but we knew that we're all already on the same.
You're in a crossroads.
Yes.
Okay, so like
It was because of switching your circadian rhythm, so to speak, sleeping at
in the morning.
in the morning and waking up.
Yeah. So you that was 18. 18 months, right?
Mhm.
So you made the decision, and of course, once you did the decision, you stopped working, or you prepared for it. How
Yeah.
long did the preparation take, basically?
Yeah, a year and a half as well. When I yeah.
So how did you figure out that, like, I have to prepare a year and a half, or is it did you have like a like a measure or a barometer where like if I reach somehow, like financially, if I reach this much?
I
Yes.
hope you understand, because these people want to know your reasoning behind, because we want, I think for us, all of us, all of our
90% of our
viewers really
listeners
would
have
really
not
want
tried, yeah.
to know how what the
I
processes
think, yeah, it's
that you
very
undergo,
small.
the decision making process you have to undergo for you to make that kind of bold, if I may have to say, very bold decision on your part.
Yeah, first, I identify why I would like to quit. Like, why, like, I keep asking myself, why do you have these thoughts? Like, what are the reasons?
Yeah. One of the things that's really interesting is because you started talking about why am I here in the first place? It's kind of purpose related, like
Yes.
the conversation, and I can still recall that when I was still working in a corporate setting, I also have similar questions, but I didn't have the schedule that you have, where I have to flip my day, flip. But
Yeah.
but the thing is, it's a common thing. But what you're saying is that those questions plus the health issues made you decide. Did you decide?
Yes.
And so while preparing this, like, how did you have like a financial plan? Like, oh, this much I will cut to save up. How does that go? Can you walk us through?
Yeah. You know that I like Batman. Batman. This is kind of like immature, but I always believe in having contingency plans like him.
Batman, yeah.
All right.
So I calculated. I wasn't sure if how long is it going to be when I can say that I'm healthy now. So I really don't. I wasn't sure exactly is it how long it's going to take. So I calculated how much do I usually or how much is my monthly share at home for the bills and stuff, and I calculated it's just a max of I'll give it a benchmark of around or within a year, maximum of 2 years. I gave myself a maximum of 2 years to really be healthy, and the amount that I save will be good enough for me. Yeah, enough for the bills for 2 years.
So you were saying that you were still supporting the family. How big of a family was it?
Just three of us.
Right.
My brother, my mom, and myself.
Yeah, so
What
I
was-
do have a question. Sorry to cut you off, but this I just want to define because we have the word bomb, right? You are not a bomb, so basically you were still contributing to your family, to the bills, and even taking care of your food. Is this correct?
Yes.
All right, so that's what we call a
Sabbatical leave.
Yeah, so you are self-sustaining.
Right.
You are able to provide others. You're not running away from your responsibilities.
Yeah.
So this is not.
That's what
a
I
bomb.
said. Like, everybody can say, "Oh, I'll stop working. I can do that. I'll stop working
be
for a year,
bomb.
and then I'll have my family support me,
Yeah.
or I'll have my sister, brother, whatever, support me."
Yeah.
And this is not the case. This is the
Yeah.
case of like
Yes.
right preparation and doing it the right way. That's
Yeah,
a sabbatical leave.
So just want to be clear with that because some people might think that you could just quit because of health concerns or what. But yes, you should not run away.
Well, you
from your
should quit.
responsibility.
We should stop working if they have like health concerns.
Yeah, but you never run from your responsibility.
But never run from your responsibility. That's exactly right.
So back to that. You started with I believe with a budget, and
Yes.
so you saved up for that.
Yes.
How were you able to save up while
Yeah, what's the system?
Yeah, you have this.
Can you
income
teach us
already.
if we were to replicate your
How much did you save
path?
from your income? How many months?
In
were you
percentage,
cutting
yeah.
it? Like percentage, perhaps.
We're paid bi-weekly, so it's just practically the same as 1530. So the entire, like let's say for the first week, for the first pay of the month, that entire pay, I'll save that.
Okay. Half basically.
So
But
50%.
most of the time though, on my second pay, I still have like a little extra, so I added.
Was that like were you saving that before or was it like when you
Are
made
you
the
are you
decision?
yeah what Dave is asking is, are you already used to that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or is this something that you have to develop?
Yeah, because
You're-
I think that's too really difficult, right? 50% is difficult.
Yeah, I was already saving even out the moment that I started working.
Ah, I
So
see.
this is not
This is
something
not
that
you.
is hard for me. This is not something like foreign to me. It just comes out naturally.
Okay. So you've tendered your resignation, you felt the fear, you felt like you're questioning your decision. What made you stop just applying for another job?
Because of my main reason, I wanted to be healthy.
Yeah, I mean it's possible for you to just apply for a job.
Day job,
A day job, right? An 8 to 5, a regular 8
Or
to
a
5.
part-time job.
Yeah, a part-time job. Walking the dog or something.
Or like our previous guest, a home base.
A home base. Yeah, why say like
No work.
zero?
Yeah.
I just really wanted to I just really want to focus 100% out at the time where for that last job.
Yeah, I mean, after you quit, you can actually say, well, I'll just do a home-based job. I'll just apply online. Why did you say like, I'm just gonna stop altogether?
Completely, yeah. Yeah, that's because of my main goal is just to be really healthy, like really start fresh, and just I don't want like I save for it, and the moment that the moment when I decided that I will quit is that was when also like made it a point to have a focus of really really healthy, be healthy again, because it was something that I wasn't used to. I was in and out of the hospital. It was a big deal for me. So I can drop everything. I already saved for it. So why would I have to be like, I don't think I will have the rest that I need.
Right.
It will be like a counterproductive of what I just did if I'll be working.
So
and,
you're feeling like
Right.
it's if I'm still gonna work an 8 to 5 or part time, I'm
Yeah,
still
yeah.
it defeats the purpose
that
of totally letting go.
it totally is.
Yeah. What did your family say about this? Were they supportive? Were they? What did your boyfriend say about this? Did you even ask him?
Yes, of course, my mom is very supportive because as long as I'll be able to still like keep paying the bills, my part,
Okay. Yeah.
then why not go ahead and
As long as you can pay the bills,
And your
yeah.
food.
And actually,
you earn your keep.
and also she was also very concerned of me already because it
Sorry,
really
just-
came to the point where it wasn't funny anymore, where I keep on like every year or like I'll be hospitalized. It wasn't like something that yeah, she was also concerned that it's not healthy for you. Why aren't you quitting? When will you quit? And when I did it, okay, it's okay. It's not really about the bills, but it was just for me personally because I don't want to be asking for like help financially to someone else, because for me, I'm the eldest. It's my responsibility, and that was one of the goals that I have. That if ever I will really decide to quit, there I shouldn't be like I should have enough funds to cover those months that I'll be away.
So you were in and out of the hospital. You were being hospitalized. Friends like Joseph would visit you at the hospital. Tell us what happened to you the day after you actually had your freedom, your sabbatical.
Yeah, I had my panic attacks. Of course, I was so anxious. If I wasn't sure if I made the right decision of quitting, because I worked there for quite a while, for 4 years, and I acquired a lot of skills in roles as well. So it was kind of like I was probably just having sipangs at that time. But after 3 days, I was okay with it. I was able to snap out of it and just focus on the goal of staying healthy.
So, okay, what did you do? What were the expectations prior to,
From that.
like, did you imagine you're going up the mountain, you're doing some, I don't know, like, what were, like, certain expectation, and then what's the actual thing that you actually do?
The expectation is or was I'll be I can say that I placed myself, or I had a goal that for the entire year since I quit, I should not be hospitalized again. I had that goal, and I was able to tick that box.
Right. But what did you do? Like,
Yeah.
What's the day today?
what's the day?
Yeah.
Like, how did you imagine your day would go through? Because, like, 24 hours, if you don't have, like, a place to go to, it's
Can't
quite long.
imagine. I
Yeah.
can't imagine myself doing nothing with you.
So I started like walking, because I was working in an office environment where we sit most of the time on our desks typing. So I had a lifestyle for really like long time. So maybe after a week of like just resting, like literally doing nothing, like a bum, you would say, like
Bumming.
a couch potato.
Watching all Netflix you can watch.
Exactly. So I researched about like how can I make my body like adjust to the lifestyle that I had in mind. Like I was planning to run,
Right.
to really like sweat it all out,
Yeah.
because in the office you can't sweat. It's like full air condition in your face. So I researched about it. I watched a lot of YouTubes and what should I do with my body so that it will not have like I will gradually change my lifestyle, not like an instant change. So I walked 10 steps. I started walking 10,000
10,000 steps a day.
steps a
So
day.
you have a pedometer?
Yes, I had it with me. And then after that, when I was able to adjust with that, I started running. And then that's it.
By the way, where are you at in your journey? Is this 1 year already over?
Yes.
Over
Or
1
still
year now.
ongoing? Or
Yes. No. 1 year is already over. I'm currently working.
you're working now?
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
working
good.
now.
So was that like you just found the date and I'm gonna work after that? You just need to accomplish the whole year? Or
Yeah.
the exact
Since
year?
I actually after 6 or 7 months, I was already at a conclusion that I'm okay again. But when I hit that mark a year without being hospitalized, and it was a sign for me that okay, I think I'm fine
Right.
now to look for a job.
Okay, so in the big picture, when we started episode number 1, we always talk about the big picture
yeah.
being like a way for you to kind of step back,
Exactly.
right, and evaluate
seeing
life
the big picture,
from a
basically.
different perspective. And I think you have a unique perspective looking at your life as like someone working on a job with certain demands and certain schedule. Like, what are the things that you've realized? Like, because you were able to like basically take a long pause.
I realized that even if you will earn like much, or even this might sound cliche, but even if you will earn like a lot, if your health is already in the line, then that will still not matter at the end of the day.
So would you agree as well that you only need this certain amount to survive? Is that something
Is there,
that
yeah. For you now, is there a
Yeah.
number like, well, if I got this,
trying that out for a year.
Yes, yeah, I can say.
Yeah, it's kind of like a minimalist kind of living, right? Not asking for
you
more.
also adapt intermittent fasting, right?
Yeah.
And, during that time.
Yeah.
How did
I
you?
remember that? Good thing I remember that. I forgot to mention that.
How did you? How did you learn about intermittent fasting, and how did you go about it?
Yeah, like I mentioned, I researched before I discovered about the 10K steps a day. So I also heard about intermittent fasting, which apparently effective personally. So for me, and I knew about it, or I discovered it in YouTube. Yeah.
It's very interesting because you were talking about the different things that you would want to do as during your sabbatical, and you were saying that you were researching a lot of things. Do you think it would have mattered if you went directly to, say, a coach or a mentor, a lifestyle coach or a fitness guru or whatever, and asked them tips? Because you were telling us that you were actually doing the research yourself. Would it have differed if you went to these people who were in the healthy lifestyle, so to speak, and asked them?
I actually spoken about it with Joe before I decided to quit, because he already did. He already quit his job before I did. Yeah, so I was, like I mentioned, I was really adamant to take on the steps of quitting. So I was like, should I do this? Like, should I be like making just a bad decision? It's just my feelings and stuff. So I went through a lot of like questions from my peers, from like smarter
had,
people, yeah, and really research
Just
about
out
it.
of curiosity, because I forgot about it. What did I say? Was it good? Did you take it?
Yeah, you didn't really give me a yes or no. Yes, you should do it. No, you should do it. You just give me a like situation, and it's really up for me to decide, because your reason was different, and I was also going through a different situation at that time, and you shared something different on your end. And when you quit,
I remember, yeah. But what I said? Like, I'm so sorry because I actually forgot about this, and then I have yeah.
like
I'm just curious if I gave you a smart answer.
Yeah, it was about. It was a smart answer. I can assure you that. It was about growth. That if you feel like you're not growing or you're not contributing, there's like you're not growing there. You're just wasting your time.
Right.
Yeah, it's just really a waste of time. Like, why are you there?
Okay. So this is like a career conversation.
I think before she jumped,
Okay, gotcha.
so you might have
No,
influenced
because we
her.
have another conversation wherein we like I actually said something, or was it you or someone else? I actually said something like, just don't do anything because like like after stopping work, I didn't do anything because that would like just freshen you up. I don't know if we had that conversation.
Yeah, we also had that conversation. Like maybe you just need a time off. Like I already did that.
It's just
Maybe I already did that. I already checked that box. Like maybe this is just something in the environment at the office.
Okay, my question is, in the very beginning, you said, "Why am I here?" I mean, these are like purpose type related question, and now you said after a year, you kind of have a better perspective. Do you still ask that question?
Yes.
And what's the difference between then question and now question?
Now, I think I know my skills. Before I was really like very shy. Like I just or kind of introvert. Like I just want to work alone. Like just give me a task and I'll do it. I don't need to. I don't want to like talk to anyone. Like I just want to have my space and that's it. But now I realize that I know that I can actually do so much better. Like I have skills that I didn't know I have. So now I know my skills, my words. So this time I know where I should.
So that was what changed.
Yeah, that was what
Are you
changed.
still? Can you describe your work now? Like,
It's still in the same industry, and but it's at. How can I say? It's in the same industry, but it's the same. The previous job before I quit was for a gaming console, and
So coming back into the same industry and after having had a sabbatical, would you recommend the same thing for your friends who did not have the same decision making as you had a year ago? Would you recommend the same thing? Or would you
Like-
recommend your friends to do the same thing, like what you did?
well, if you have a plan, and if you're able to identify why are you quitting, and like if it's just with your feelings, like you just like you just don't like your coworkers or you don't like your boss, if just something like that, I don't recommend it because tendency is you will still have that same. There's a chance that you will still or you might still encounter those same issues. But if it's something like personal, such as your growth, and you want more tasks or more opportunities, then and if you will plan and calculate everything, then yeah, I recommend it. But if
yeah, now that you mentioned that you're in the same industry, what did you do differently now, or what do you do differently now?
Like that.
nothing actually, it's
But you're applying the 10,000 steps, like the fast.
You're still doing IF.
Yeah.
Or-
I'm still walking.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So there was a change in basically your physical health.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And still with the intermittent fasting.
yeah, IF.
Because I was already able to adapt
You're
with
now
that.
what? How many hours of eating do you? 4 hours?
No, I with working now, I was able to do that for 4 months, but the 24, but now it's 16/8.
16/8. You're back to 16/8.
Yeah, I'm back to 16/8 because I'm working.
Right. We're gonna talk more about this particular topic. We have so
we
much.
have an upcoming guest.
We have more guests that are into it now, and we like to hear more about this.
We'll dig deeper to that.
My question to you, Jess, is this: aside from the health, benefit that you've garnered by doing sabbatical, what are the other benefits that you've gained, or lessons, or Realizations. Yeah. If you can mention two.
Not really realizations, but I was able to like reconnect with my love for reading because that was something that I was not able. I didn't have the luxury because of my work before. I was already mentally exhausted, and when I every time I come home, I'm just really really tired, and I didn't get the chance to read anymore as much as I did when I was younger. So I
You're still young
rediscovered,
now.
I rediscovered that passion of reading. I'm still really like I still love books. I realized that when because I have all the time, right? So
Yeah.
I was reconnecting with what was I was thinking, what are the things that I did before that I was passionate about. So that was one thing that really
So it's rediscovering
rediscovering
your
my passion for
Yeah.
books.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. I like it. I like it. Okay. So
Yeah, I think we could wrap it up. Do you have any other questions?
no. Yeah. No for me. Okay. So we usually end this section of our show with us, giving our takeaways for this for our from our guest for today, and we will start with
Ooh.
Chappy.
Nice. So my takeaway is a lot of people fear because wala mahadlok sila mahadlok. But I think my takeaway for this particular story is that fear can actually be something that propels you to do something that is actually good for yourself, for your soul, for your family. And in her case, it was the fear of losing her health. And it can be as drastic as dying because of stress in your work. So her fear of not being there for her family actually propelled her to decide one very big and impactful decision in her life, and that was to take a rest, take a pause, rehabilitate in a way, or fix her lifestyle so that she could be able to again be with her family for a very long time. So yeah, fear is actually something that we should not be afraid of.
Wow, that's contradicting.
Okay,
Wait.
but
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, fear, fear has a message, and listen to the message, and it would benefit you. Yeah, you like to? Yeah, that's not mine. That's mine. I'm trying to trying to justify
Yeah,
it
let's
within
just
my
do
head.
the round
Okay,
table
so
then.
I'll do it. Okay, so I love that. I've always loved the idea of a pause. Like there's one speaker when TED Talk started. One speaker, I forgot his name, but we will find him for you. And he actually does the same. He takes a sabbatical leave every 7 years. And in my mind, uh, I want to do that. No, I don't know, but he's like a French guy. He's a designer. I want to do that, but when I heard about with Jessa, I'm trying to understand because back then it was kind of a when Jessa. Sorry, I know this is a learning thing, but this is kind of a reflection for me also because we talk about this. When Jessa stopped, it didn't really occur to me that that was what she was doing, and to me it was like it's kind of strange, but like it's a career move, but it's also a health issue move. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is one of the lessons that I've always loved, and I always want the other people to understand that pause is a very powerful thing. It allows you to step back and see a different perspective of your life
See the big picture.
see the big picture and the different aspects of your life, how it runs. Because sometimes we're into it, we're inside our life, inside our head, and sometimes we're just like, doing the mundane things, the day-to-day work, and we don't really see where all this leads. And if it entails you to, if all you need is to take a pause, no matter how long it is, I think it's all worthwhile. I think we all need that. I think we need a pause from our work, job, and even for our own family, and even for a pause of what we're doing. Being a creative, for example, we need a pause so we can. I'm not really surprised that like Jessa went back to the same industry, but with a different perspective. I think it's a unique, with a unique perspective.
I think it was Maria Popova who said, thought catalog. She said that find little pockets of silence. Find little pockets of silence.
For me, it's very quick. It's you have the power to design your life. So it's up to you. You could define whatever. You could quit your job right now, but it's you should
But you
consider
should
the
prepare.
consequences. Yeah, like her, 18 months is what she needed to prepare. For you, it might be a year. It might be 7 years to prepare for that 1 year of sabbatical leave.
Right,
But
yeah.
yes, the point is you have the power to design your life. Whatever you choose, it may be. You have the power to decide what health to have, who the people to let in and let out, and
Yeah.
how much money you should have or whatever. So that's the takeaway for me. That at any age you can do that. So yes.
All right.
Let's now
so
move on
to the lightning round. Okay, just so welcome to the lightning round. The first question is: can you walk us through your day? What is your daily routine if you have one?
I wake up at 3 in the morning because I need to prepare for my partner's breakfast because he's working at a 7 a.m. shift. And after everything's done, I'll take a walk, the 10K steps, or I run for like after 10K steps or after an hour and a half, I run early in the morning. And then I take a shower, just a quick house chores, like wash the dishes, and watch Netflix and chill for the rest of the day. And then later afternoon, I'll catch up on some reading and then prepare for whenever he comes home at around like 5 or 6.
That was during
Evening.
sabbatical leave, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, that was my routine for
All right.
almost a year.
So yeah. So my next question is: who or what inspires you?
What inspires me? Definitely my partner, my boyfriend, my family.
We got the same inspiration from the last two consecutive. Yeah.
Yeah. And my family, of course.
All right. So, and the next question is: can you,
The next question is:
do you
if
consider,
there's a
do you
if there's
consider, do you consider yourself successful?
no, the next question is if there's a book that you can
Oh
recommend.
yeah.
If there's a book, a show that you can recommend that you think would be a good guide for people to, to like take, like I don't know, like with their health or career, what would it be?
I recommend you to watch Netflix documentary about living a minimalist life. It's not just like living, having like a minimalist like kind of furniture arrangement. It's not that
Yeah.
at all.
The show is minimalist, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just watch that. I highly recommend to
It's
watch it.
I haven't watched it, but I remember you said I should watch it,
Yes.
but I haven't. All right. Okay, so next question is: do you consider yourself successful?
Successful, well, the term successful is really subjective, but I'm in a point of my life now wherein I'm really happy and contented. And for me, I consider that as a success.
All right. So the next question is: a lot of our Filipino friends, family, and most of our audiences in the big picture, and we started basically the big picture because of them, is that they we're caught up with the OFW mindset, or being stuck even with the call center, or it's nothing wrong with that, but if you're stuck with something that you
want to change, basically.
yeah, you want to change and affects your health like yours, what is your advice to them for your
Well, my advice is to really plan it out and really go over the question why. Because, like I said, if it's something that you can work on, like if it's just something like not liking your coworkers, it's just something like that. It's something that you can really work on. But if it's really about growth, then that's like really identify the reason why you would like to quit your job. Because if you're just like, I just feel like quitting my job. Okay, that's easy to do, but what will happen next? Like, it's really not that, like after that, it's not really practical, and it's really something like it's like a suicide mission. So really think it through and plan it financially, emotionally, and really ask yourself why.
So
We're on to the last question, and it's the most difficult question. If you haven't, if you haven't seen, listen to one of our episodes. Where can people find you?
I don't have any social media. It's just the regular. Like I'm just really everywhere.
Are you in Instagram?
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
if you
in
want
Instagram.
You want to share your Instagram handle?
Oh my god. Yeah, it's
Is
just
it difficult to spell? Is it like the opposite of your name, something like that, like the reverse?
no, it's just Jeza Montemor.
Jeza Montemor. All right,
Yes.
all right.
there you go.
Yeah. So
Jeza,
that's-
thank you so much for coming here, sharing your story. Very powerful, very interesting story because like what Dave said, 99% of the people who are listening to this podcast want to be in your shoes. I want to do it, right? And then but they probably have other reasons why and I believe that hearing your story, they will be empowered to do the same or something similar. And that's what we're here for in the big picture because we want you guys to gain a different perspective about life, business, and career.
All right. So yeah, that's a wrap up.
So this is
The big
Dave?
picture. yeah.
big-
No, we should link
sorry.
them to all of the links.
all
I
the
think
links first.
Yeah, and of course, go to thebigpicture.ph/episode 30. And don't forget to subscribe to our show. We have YouTube, we're everywhere, Spotify. And of course, join the community. We are building the community. We're offering as much value as we could. We're
Yes.
trying to hit on like almost all aspects now. Like we're trying to hit on like health,
life,
yeah.
business, and career.
Yeah, so please be there. We will have Jess there.
Yeah, we'll have
Chappy's
Jessa
there
there.
as well. So, yep, that's it for me. And
This is
Dave,
Joel
Joseph.
and Chappy signing off.